Yeah, I know. I ended up just turning around and going home because I made a mistake in my pants. Okay, we're not recording, right? Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Well, guys, welcome back to the show. I hope that you are
disgusting.
And today we're going to look at, of course, one of our favorite public intellectuals. Where we go.
You know, I'm lost.
Oh man.
We say, where do I turn?
And where we turn is Dr. What is this? Dr. Jordan.
Dr. Jordan
J. Fetterman.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, man, what's good, bro?
I'm going to read to you today something I've been working on, for many decades, I would say, really, but more intensely and specifically in the last 4 months.
Wow.
I reviewed it with a lot of people around the world.
Okay.
It's called a conservative manifesto. And it's
oh man, thank God. Thank God for this. Thank God for this, guys. Guys, show God some respect, or I swear. Do you want this? So this beautiful video is called Jordan Peterson's Vision for Conservatives. Okay? This is huge, man. This is huge. In this video, he tells us his manifesto.
It's gonna blow you out of your house, through the window, into the lawn.
Yeah, so this is the perfect Jordy Festo because it's 38 minutes long, right? 38 minutes long. 38 minutes long to say things that could be said in about 30 to 40 seconds.
What are the values of paramount importance to the conservative temperament?
I don't know.
Currently crying out for rediscovery, reconsideration, and discussion.
Yeah, what are they?
An inevitably incomplete but crucially necessary list might include humility, liberty, autonomy, truth,
speed this up,
agency, identity, merit, responsibility, tradition, community, stewardship, justice, and unity.
Oh, wow. So how do we get to all these beautiful values? Justice, whatever. What was the other one?
Justice.
All this crap. How do we get to all this crap? One of the ways we're going to reach this is by, you need to chill out on the climate change stuff. Talking about climate change all the time.
And in the panicked, anti-human, apocalyptic doomsaying that undermines the spirit of our sons and daughters.
Yeah, political perverts, especially like right-wingers, never do this. This whole, the children, all this freaking out about the climate, it's hurting the children. Integration. No, it's the children. They can't go to school with that kid.
The confident and forthright transmission of the abandoned eternal verities.
Jordy, what does any of that mean?
What are the values of paramount importance to the conservative temperament? Currently crying out for rediscovery, reconsideration.
Crying out.
Well, look, Jordy. I mean, we do know one of these beautiful conservative values, that's crying out into the night. Well, look, we do know one of these beautiful values here in America, which was banning abortion, and that turned out to be total box office poison and a complete health disaster. So far off to a good start, Joe Reno.
Free markets.
Free markets.
Free markets best fulfill the need for autonomy, local activity, and wide distribution. Their superiority to all other known and likely possible systems, given that fulfillment.
The free markets are the best for autonomy, is one of the things he said. What does that mean? Who knows? Free market. Okay, so we get all our crap made in China. That's a free market. So the people who work at Foxconn, do they have a lot of autonomy?
Factory workers stay close by the plant in dorm buildings up to 12 stories high, with 8 workers sharing a room, sometimes with only 1 bathroom per floor, shared by as many as 200 people.
Oh boy.
US-based,
generally speaking.
The other thing, I think we gotta admit, is the idea of the free market, quote unquote, is so stupid. That's such a stupid phrase. I mean, you could start with the most basic, simple, from the 1800s example, child labor, that's free market. They signed, look, bro, they signed. Look, they signed, bro. And you would say, well, no, that's immoral because they couldn't really choose. Oh, okay. So in other words, we kind of have to put some constraints. So, I mean, without going on and on and on about this stuff, is long story short, this is just like a childish, like really like a childish way of thinking about the world. Oh, the free market. It's the best way to do it. Figure it out. What does that mean? I don't know. People gave me this. People who gave me that are libertarians, and they want me to say that, so I say it. Bye-bye. Oh, merit. Merit, yep.
Individuals vary widely in their abilities across the entire range of human endeavor.
Wow.
A small number of highly productive people operating within all domains of human creative endeavor account for most of the production and progress.
Okay, so this is my favorite Jordy stuff when he gets into merit. Because, you know, I feel like Jordy doesn't even believe a lot of the stuff that he's saying.
This is the justice that applies discriminating attention to the endeavors and utterances of past and present and enables constant separation of wheat from chaff.
Oh, what? So this merit idea is his idea of justice, too. We need to separate. He's talking about human beings here. We need to separate the wheat from the chaff. But the funniest thing about this, of course, is that his own life is living proof that this is absurd and that he can't possibly believe this.
When I was opening for Dad's shows, I was actually talking about them because I think it's...
When I was opening for Dad's shows, this is Jordan Peterson's daughter. If Jordan Peterson wanted to be real with this, like, we need to separate the wheat from the chaff in society. And in this video, he does all the talking. This is his daughter's channel. He does all the talking. He does the entire interview. Not only would he not do that, basically be the face of her channel for her, let her open for him on his global putting people to sleep tour. Hey, you have a hard time sleeping? Come to my show. You'll be out. You'll be out in a couple minutes because I'll drone on. I'll drone on about Christ knows what. You know, $100.
That's also not including the fee to process the credit card.
So not only would he not do that, if he really believed in society, we need to separate the wheat from the chaff, he wouldn't even allow her to put his name in her titles, you know, to ride off of that fame even. You know why? Because when it comes to his daughter, then, yeah, you don't want your daughter to be considered chaff. My daughter's, hey, that's the way cookie crumbles. I know you're my daughter, but yeah, you're not good. So you kiss the ass of the world. And he kicks her. He's like, you're not good at broadcasting. He kicks her. You know, she kind of rolls into the gutter. That's where you belong, daughter. Even though you're my daughter, you're just not good. So society says you belong there.
Yeah, you know my insane view of the world? I don't want that to apply to my daughter.
Okay, so this leads us beautifully into this interview, which is, I think, like, honestly, and I'm not even exaggerating here, I think probably the most insane, and we're talking even like the Drew Barrymore, you know, talk show that she did.
Let me just say, one of the things that I really admire about you is that you dismembered your husband, you chucked it out the window.
Even all the Dr. Phil, you know, all this crap. This might be the most insane interview I think I've ever seen.
What are these social agendas and interests, and why is it that some arbitrary third party, let's say, should be able to set what those are? I know that your concerns pertain to that to some degree.
Okay.
Oh, to a large degree, actually. So you're getting right to the heart of the most important questions here, which is great. I mean, look, I think that the questions that are the prime targets of the ESG movement today generally relate to staving off global climate change and delivering equity.
This guy's name is Vivek Ramaswamy. This is the interview that Jordan Peterson is doing on his daughter's channel, who earned it just through her own bootstraps. Jordan Peterson is doing the interview for her, okay? It's not so much bootstraps, you know, him even pulling her bootstraps up. It's that he's pulling the bootstraps and she's like on top of a Cleopatra, like, you know, mattress kind of thing, eating grapes. and he's just kind of like holding it up, and there's like a guy fanning her. So there's that. This guy he's been on Ben Shapiro.
In the way they hold the Roman Empire was different.
And it doesn't mean there's a civil war or something, but it does mean that we just kind of go, our own different ways. So
apparently, he's been on Ben Shapiro too. Vivek. I wish we could I could show you this entire video, 1 hour and 45-minute video, like wrap it, because it's insufferably boring, of course. But if you could get it, just so you could see what they're saying, it's truly bizarre.
What makes this a uniquely challenging thing to really do right, not just to go to the lowest hanging fruit and say that, well, we're going to create the conservative version of the liberal ESG movement. I think that would be the wrong way to do this.
All right.
Versus to say that the way we want to do this is to actually take a depoliticized approach that focuses exclusively on what companies should be doing, and to take those political questions, as important as they may be, and to have the humility to say that we don't deal with those questions.
So Jordan Peterson and this guy are really obsessed with this thing called ESG, okay? And they first of all seem to be confused about what that means. ESGs are a bunch of metrics, okay, that are used to show like, hey, is this company polluting the environment a bunch? Hey, does this company that I'm gonna invest in, you're an investor. Hey, is this company that I'm gonna invest in, do they kick a 10-year-old down into a mine and tase him until he comes back up with a diamond? If I'm an investor, if the money comes back good, bro, if it's like 20% a year, that's okay. I can look past that. I can look past the 10-year-old tase. But if it's 10, 11, that's basically what ESGs are. It's a bunch of metrics. There's a bunch of companies trying to get the best metrics, but all this crap is like self-reported from companies too. Like, oh no, we're really green, bro. Yeah, but it looks like you're dumping oil, like literally like onto a duck and a seal. I can see it right there. No, dude, that's someone else, bro. That's what ESGs are. And ESGs mostly, in effect, are like marketing. It's mostly marketing. It's people who want to invest in things that they feel are like good for the environment and are exploiting workers in horrible conditions. If you think about it, it makes sense. If you're an investor, you're just like, hey, I want to make money making money, so put it in these companies. There's a lot of people who like, I don't want to do that if it's a piece of shit company, So these investment firms or whatever are like, hey, these ones are good. Look, you can look too, bro. Okay, so does that make sense? That's what ESG means. Okay, it's way boringer than the cool ESG, which is the dance punk band from the whatever. And from what I understand, what I've read, it's kind of fake because it's self-reported. It's mostly just marketing. It's a way to make companies seem like they're responsible. What they're saying is this is bad. This is very bad. Even the idea of companies, regardless of whether it's true or not, even the ideas that companies would consider anything else besides just like ripping out as much profit as they can is bad. This is bad. Of course it's not true, but this is bad. So again, to say that again, what they're saying in this interview is even the idea, not the reality, but even the idea that companies would consider social responsibility meaning they treat their workers not like garbage, and they don't discriminate against whatever, people of different races and all that, and that they would try to make their companies more friendly to the environment is so bad. And I'm not even exaggerating. This is literally what they're saying in this interview.
My critique of this trend is actually quite different than Milton Friedman's.
Okay.
My main concern is not just that it threatens the effectiveness of American capitalism or the effectiveness of corporations, though I believe all that's true. My bigger concern is that the ESG movement and this broader philosophy of stakeholder capitalism actually threatens democracy.
And again, you go look into BlackRock and all this stuff. This is a company that it's not like above the law. It's like it is the law. Is the way I would put it. Like in every way, they're above regulation. People who work in the government go right to work over there, like in every possible way. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. that there's a company that controls, that there's a company that owns everything and is above the law and is above regulation. That's not the problem is that they're woke. I mean, literally, that's what we're talking about. The problem is that they're woke.
There was the birth of this new strand on the left.
Poor
It started
Michaela.
to say, well, it wasn't quite just economic injustice or just poverty that we need to address. It's also racial injustice and misogyny and bigotry and climate change and the racially disparate impact of climate change. That's actually the real problem.
Okay, right.
And that's when Wall Street woke up, where they said, wait a minute, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity of a generation to say that, okay, we can do that. We'll talk about systemic racism if you stop talking about systemic financial risk. Right? We'll talk about, muse about the racially disparate impact of climate change after we fly in a private jet to Davos. We'll do that all day long.
Right.
But we expect that the new left work with that old left and come to a bargain where you agree to look the other way and leave our game intact as long as we use our game, our power, corporate power included, to advance some of the agendas that you all love. So it was this cynical arranged marriage between two bedfellows who didn't really love each other. It was closer to mutual prostitution than an arranged marriage. But the net result was the birth of this hybrid of state power and corporate power that together was more powerful than either one alone. That was whether you want to call it the woke industrial complex, the ESG industrial complex, that was what through kerosene.
Just call it fascism.
You could call it fascism.
Yeah, you could.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's
exactly
what fascism means.
Right.
Fascism
It's a classical
means the union
definition.
of people at the top.
Yeah, man, I really can't stress enough that this whole interview is just pure uncut madness. It seems like this guy who they're interviewing, Vivek Ramaswamy, I'm going to look more into this guy. He might be too boring to look more into, but the vibe that I get, what appears to be going on, is this guy is basically taking the freedom phone idea where you're like, hey patriots, hey conservatives, right wingers, here's a business that's not woke. Everything else is woke, but he's doing it for like an investment company, like an index fund company. Hey, invest with me because I'm not woke. Okay, but whatever. What he just said basically contradicts itself completely, because through the beginning of the interview, he's like, these companies like BlackRock and all that, they're trying to put their woke agenda into investing and all this stuff. And now he's saying, oh no, they just say they're going to do woke stuff so they can keep doing their other stuff, man. And then Jordan Peterson comes in. Jordan Peterson comes in with the amazing dunk of people getting big investment companies to do woke stuff is fascism. Okay. I guess, yeah. Okay, guys, again, merit. Okay, meritocracy, ever heard of it? You are not good enough. Please die. Please go and die, is what I say. So remember that. Keep that in mind while you listen to this merit, while you listen to the beautiful merit of this ad read from Michaela. Here we go.
But do you actually endorse these guys? Because I have a code, MP, for a massive 25% off your first order. And I do. It's actually what I eat, and it's the best thing that I've found. And I've tried almost everything out there. I can basically eat, and I'm thankful for this, I can basically eat whatever I want to eat, and this is what I choose to eat.
I mean, and again, this is what I love about Mickey. You know, Mickey, I'm sure she's nice. You know, she probably likes to go out and have a good time or whatever. But, so no, nothing personal. But, you know, this is what I love about Michaela is that, like, you know, when her broadcast talent, she's funny, she's emotive, you know, she's not monotone, she's riveting. She puts, it's like when I listen to Michaela Peterson, I'm like, is that Orson Welles? Like when Orson Welles died of eating too much, probably, that guy. I think his spirit went, oh my God, I'm going to try not to cry. I'm going to try not to cry during this. I think Orson Welles' spirit went into Michaela Peterson, okay? And when she hits that Shure SM7B with this shit, bro, it's our war of it's our war of the worlds. You know, it really just puts you there. Okay, it really just it brings you to a different place. Does that make sense? Like Michaela Peterson just has that energy that if I were an Uber driver, like the minute she got in, I would be like, yeah, I'm going to get something thrown at me. You know, by the end of this ride, I'm going to be called a slur.
You know, we have to talk during our conversation today about the role that narcissism plays in all of this.
Oh, yes,
the
definitely.
mobbing, the derisive online comments, and the transsexual phenomenon itself, as well as this claim that subjective claims to identity trump everything, because there is no more signally narcissistic claim than that.
Right.
I
Yes,
am who I say I am, and no one else has a say.
I think this is very important to look at some other videos, some other peripheral videos that Jordan Peterson has done just within days of the manifesto, of the Jordys Manifesto, I call it. So that video that I just played was just a couple days within the Jordys Manifesto video. And he's saying, this is narcissistic, bro. These, I guess, transgender people, they're narcissistic, man.
There is no more signally narcissistic claim than that. Right.
Yes,
I am who I say I am.
So there's nothing more narcissistic than I am who I say I am. There's nothing more narcissistic than that. I am who I say I am. It's kind of narcissistic to say I'm not part of any group. I'm not part of a group. I am who I am. I define who I am as an individual.
Agency.
Yeah, what? Well, okay.
The insistence that we are all most appropriately conceptualized at the level of the group.
Right.
Whether by sexual preference, race, gender, political belief, or ethnicity.
Okay.
Provides the counter opportunity for conservatives to reestablish and reinforce the bedrock notion and principle of the sovereignty of the individual.
Yeah, this adds up perfectly. So from the Jordys Manifesto, the most important thing is the sovereign individual. Unless you present yourself in a way that I don't like, I guess, then that's narcissistic. That's narcissistic. I guess what he means by the sovereign individual is that there's everyone, it's every man for himself economically, I guess.
So there we go, guys.
A dip into a little tippy toe dip into the bizarre and backward world of Jordy Peterson. We all love him. Seriously though, I hope he's okay. You know, he's a troubled guy.
He's a troubled guy.
Guys, it is Monday. Okay, it is Monday. I don't want to go too much into it because it makes me sick. You know, makes me disgusted, angry, confused. So if you got a problem with it, Monday or any other, whatever else your problem is, put it in the comments, okay? Put it in the comments. That's where we put it.
I hope you guys are all flushing toilets. You know what I mean?
After you
make pee-pee.
Love you guys. Hope you're doing good. I'll talk to you soon. And bye-bye. Hey guys, you're only getting a fraction of the weekly shows. If you want a new motherfucking episode every day, subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. You get the patron-only Tuesday and Thursday shows, the Bookablega show where we look at important books, and the goddamn weekly behind-the-scenes show. And for only 25 bones, you could become a producer and get your name up here. Look at these people. These people make this show possible. If it wasn't for them, nothing. We don't have a show. We got nothing, and it's garbage. And we have to just leave. We have to just basically walk away, and we don't even really know where we're walking. That's the truly troubling part about all this. But please, become a patron today. For as little as 2 bones, or 5 bones is another level, or 10, or you go the full 25 and you get up here. Big special thanks to these people. Love you guys so much.